Good day to you. It's GotAUkulele Instrument Review Day, and it's a brand I haven't featured for a while. Remember, this is just a summary review. The full detail is in the written review below. Consider subscribing to the channel, consider the Patreon, but you'll get far more information on GotAUkulele.com, the website. A brand I've not featured for many years, and that's strange really, because if you've been playing the ukulele as long as I have, they were one of the sort of top names with Carla Ohana, and that brand is called Lanikai. The reason for the delay is I believe they've been restructuring their business and their model lineup for quite some time, and are kind of doing a relaunch. And this is certainly more higher end than anything else I've looked at by Lanikai. It is their mouthful of a name, ACST-CET Acacia Tenor Ukulele, and it's pretty attractive, as I think you'll agree. What we've got, acacia, solid acacia on the top in book matched two pieces. That's really nice. Not so nice to see. I've got nothing wrong with laminate, but it's a solid top and only laminate back and sides. But acacia again, and it's got a cutaway, and it's finished in a really nice smooth satin, and the build quality is excellent. What I also really like about it is they've not thrown the parts bin at it with the decoration. It's all one thing, and it works well. So it's all maple. So this is maple edge binding on the top and back, maple around the sound hole, and maple down the tail stripe, and I think it goes together with it really nicely. Yeah, that's pretty good and nicely put together, to be honest. That's a walnut tie bar bridge with a new bone saddle. It's one of those ones with the 8 holes with this sort of weird offset that they claim is about a better break angle for the string, but honestly I've never had an issue with break angles on strings using knots. I just think I find they look odd. They're supposedly easier to tie as well. But there we are. Looking inside, very neat and tidy, notch linings, very thin bracing, but that top is pretty thick actually for solid wood, but still. But what you know I'm going to mention is the fact this one comes with an inbuilt pickup and jack socket down here. I don't like them. I prefer passive because it's less weight in the instrument. And this one though is particularly heavy. I mean, look how much wiring and controls there are in there, and that is a full-on 9-volt battery. These things are not light. They're heavy, so that's adding an awful lot of weight to what is a very lightweight instrument. That's why I don't like them. We'll come on to that in a moment though. Up to the neck, mahogany, really obvious joint down here, but a very well hidden joint up at the top. It's typically Chinese rounded C-shaped profile, but what I really like about it is it's 38mm at the nut and 30mm between the G and A strings. That's really roomy. I really like that. I'd like it a bit flatter on the profile, but I can forgive it for that because of the width of that nut. Topped with walnut with some nice end shaping down here, and that too is bound with more of the maple, and I think that looks really good. You get dot position markers at 5, 7, 10, 12 and 15, and they're repeated with black dots on the side. Really good. Beyond the new bone nut and the setup incidentally, very, very good. Nut and saddle, nothing that I would change. The not quite 3-pointed crown, but different enough headstock that Lanikai tend to use, I think that's quite pretty. That's faced in more of the acacia, and the Lanikai logo is screen printed, which would have been nicer inlaid, but there we are. I think it's pretty attractive. The tuners are unbranded open gears. They work all right, not much more to say. You get D'Addario strings. I think these are the ones made by Aquila for D'Addario, so they're white and opaque. And you also get a really, really nice padded gig bag with the Lanikai embroidered name. And the price threw me, because these are going online for about $350 in the US, about over 400 quid in the UK. That's quite a bit of money for something that's only solid top. And putting that in perspective, you can get the all-solid Acacia Carla with a pickup, with the slot head, with all solid woods, discounted, admittedly, but you can find them for about $350 as well. So I think the price on this is overcooked, and I hope that's just an RRP, and we're going to see it lower when it's in stores, because at 350 quid, I think it's too much money. There, got that out of the way. Build though is very good, and as I say, you can't fault the looks. I really like the look of it. I love the way this cream maple works with the acacia. I am concerned about that pickup, and I'm concerned about that pickup because it's so because it's really heavy, and it's really heavy in the body. And I'm not surprised, because you've got a 9-volt battery here. Now, you're not going to notice that if you're playing this with a strap, but when you play it, as I do, without one, it's really uncomfortably heavy in the body. Maybe it's just heavy anyway, because that top is pretty thick too. It's just kind of overbuilt down here, as much as nicely as it's built. But there we are. Let's have a play of it. It's got good volume, and it's got a typically acacia sound. It's kind of a rich sort of jangly sound. And I'm hearing a buzz, and do you know what I think that buzz is? I think it's some of that wiring inside, so it's easily fixed, but I can hear it. And I like that, but what it hasn't got is a lot of sustain. It feels kind of a bit strangled. It's a nice tone, and it would do most people very, very well, and it sounds great plugged in, but it's acoustically, it's not really there. So it's got the punch, but not the sustain, so it's making it much more staccato than I would like from a tenor. Yeah, I like the tone, and the volume's good, as I say, but the lack of sustain will come through more in the finger picking. Not hugely resonant. Alright, it's alright. I think, yeah, just keep an eye on that price. I think at $350, you're getting more for your money with lots of others from Snail and from Carla. It's too heavy for me in the body, but with a strap and on stage, that's not going to bother you. It's extremely well put together. It looks terrific. I just wish there was a bit more sustain to it. Yeah, it still gets a pretty decent score on the website and a recommended, but just go carefully with that price. The Lanikai ACST-CET Acacia tenor with a solid top, available now. Yeah, not bad. Back next week. Take care. Do remember to read the full written review below and consider subscribing. Blah-de, blah-de, blah-de. Press the buttons. You know what to do. See you very soon. Have a very good week.